Okay, so this is Jan.ai. This is a very popular app if you want to download and run an open source local AI model directly on your computer. And there are plenty of features that you can access. Like, for example, you can provide a document. You can also use the MCP in this Jan.ai app. And I have made some videos on how you can actually use this AI tool. But if you don't want to download this tool to your computer, then fortunately, Jan.ai just recently launched the web version of this platform. It is very similar to ChatGPT. Now, if you want to use it, you can navigate to chat.jan.ai. This is the URL. It is still very new, just a few days old, but I would say the current state of this tool is quite usable. Now, after that, you can log in with your Google account, and this is the interface of the platform. It is very much similar to any other AI tools in recent memories. So on the left side, you can start a new chat. You can also start a new project, which I presume is similar to the ChatGPT project, where you can specify the custom instructions for that particular project. And also you can click the search button where you can search your past conversations with the AI, and you can see the history of your conversations. Now, if you open this menu, you can navigate to settings, and you can adjust various settings, like perhaps the theme of the page. You can also add some info about yourself, like your name, role in your workplace, the personal preferences, and even the tone on how AI should be responding to your question. But in this case, I'll just use the default setting. And here, when I'm recording this video, there is only two models, which is Jan version 2 Max, and then the smaller version. Actually, just one model, just in a different size. And at least right now, according to this benchmark from Jan, this new model seems to be beating some other bigger models like DeepSeek R1, Gemini 2.5 Pro, and also even the Qwen 3 model. So for an open source and efficient AI model like this, I would say Jan has done quite a great job. And again, I have made some videos about the previous models of Jan.ai, and I can tell, yeah, they're actually very efficient. The models are small, can be operated with minimal resources, but the quality is quite decent. Now let's go back to the web of Jan.ai. And the emphasis of this web version apparently is about privacy, and no surprise, because they have made some AI tools that they're open source, and also they're not going to send your chat to some other server. Everything stays within your computer. And speaking about staying private, you can enable the private mode in this platform, so your chat will be deleted automatically when you're leaving this mode. So that's quite handy. Now, let me show you how you can use this tool and some quirks that I think you need to know. So here you can click this button, and you can enable various settings like the thinking mode, which I think is kind of redundant because I'm already using the thinking model. And there is also the browse mode. Now, this one, I suppose, is similar to the Comet browser from Perplexity. And in case you didn't know, the Comet browser is basically just a browser, but it has a built-in AI, and AI is able to control your tab, your browsers, and it can do a lot of things for you. It's very useful and can make you a bit more productive. But honestly, I haven't tried this feature from Jan.ai, but I'll just do some investigation later, and I'll probably make some videos about this new tool. And I will basically just keep an eye on this new tool on Jan.ai. And there is also the search feature. It's quite straightforward. If you want to get some info from the web, you can enable this option, and Jan.ai will utilize its MCP capability, and it will go to Google, find some info, and it will give you the answer. And lastly, there is deep research. It is very much similar to ChatGPT and Gemini deep research, but the answer seems to be a little more concise than the other two platforms. And also, it's able to answer your question. However, it's not going to be as deep as the other platforms because, well, it is just a smaller AI model, and also I think they're just trying to be as efficient as possible. And again, there is no subscription at all, at least at the moment, so I think they're trying to be more conservative at their spending. Anyway, I guess I'll just start chatting with this AI tool, and I'll only enable the search mode. And let's say I want to know AI news this week from NVIDIA. Okay, as you can see, it is now utilizing the MCP feature. So it is accessing Google and then using some keywords, visiting some websites. And after that, we got this answer. There you go. It's really quick. I would say it is faster than even Perplexity AI. And you can continue the conversation normally. Now, I'm going to use the deep research feature. I'm going to close this. And by the way, I forgot to mention that you can absolutely upload some photos, because after all, this is a multimodal AI model. It has a vision capability, which means it can understand images that you provided. So that could be quite useful. Now, I'm going to ask AI, can you tell me which company that most likely achieve AGI in the near future? Now, I'm going to copy this and I'll explain to you later why I copied this text, this question. Now, let me just enable the deep research tool. There you go. So the question just gone. So I remember that this is actually one glitch when you're using Gemini, but now we also have the same thing in Jan.ai, but it's not a big deal. I think they'll fix this problem as soon as possible. Now let me just paste that and send the message. So one thing here about Jan.ai is that it will ask you some clarifications before continuing. Okay, what specific time frame you consider near future? Let's say it is going to be within the next 5 years, and then should the analysis prioritizes public R&D roadmaps, current technical milestones, or internal research capabilities? Okay, that's a difficult question. Let's say it's up to you. It's up to you. Number 3, do you want to exclude government academic entities? Yeah, exclude them. Because I was asking for AI companies, not government entity or academic entities. Okay, it is still thinking. No surprise, it is after all a thinking model, but it is not actually doing a research yet. Or maybe it is, but as far as I know, it will ask you a few more questions and then it will start doing the deep research. Oh yeah, this is the research plan. It is not the research yet, just the plan. This plan focuses, would you like me to execute verse 1 of the research protocol? Yes, please. Send a message. And yeah, you can see how quick this model really is. Again, the Jan models are very efficient. That some of the models can even be running on a computer with just 4 GB of RAM, which is probably very important given the RAM shortage that we experience right now. So if you are looking for an open source AI model and you want to download it to your computer, go for the Jan models. It has vision capability. It has the MCP capabilities. So for a small model and given that it can do a lot of things, I would say it is one of the best models or the most efficient models that you can try, at least at the moment. Okay, so we got this answer. Yep, it's very good. I just want to know the summary. So Anthropic emerges as the strongest candidate. Okay, that's very interesting because plenty of AI tools, deep research that I've tried in the past always suggest that the first company that could achieve AGI first most likely is going to be OpenAI. But this one, we got a different answer. It's from Anthropic. That's very interesting. My bet is still on Gemini. I think Gemini has a much bigger chance given the insane amount of money that Google had. Okay, okay, we got this answer. Yeah, there is limitations, references. Okay, I don't know how many pages it read, but perhaps not much, only 5 apparently. So compared to Gemini with hundreds of pages being read, well, it's not a lot, but I think it is still giving quite a solid answer. So that's essentially how you can use the web version of Jan.ai platform. And again, it is still very early, and I believe they will add more and more features in the future. Right now, you cannot create images, you cannot create chart, you cannot run some code. So it's just very similar to the early version of ChatGPT back in 2022. But I'm looking forward for this AI tool, and I will probably make more videos about the browse capability of the Jan.ai web version. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.